understanding malware. Sir, please.
Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So today we are going to see about the malware. Means what is malware? We are going to understand today. Myself, Jitin Kumar Singh, scientist D here at NILIT Agartala. See, there are two types of companies, those who have been hacked. First one is those who have been hacked, and another one is those who don't yet know they have been hacked. These things which we have to keep in our mind, and this has been given said by the Cisco CEO John Chambers. Anything which is smart is hackable, and anything that is connected to a internet is remotely hackable. See, due to some malware attacks or due to some other attacks, you can see that the amount of monetary damage caused by reported cybercrime in the IC3 for 2001 to 2019 in million US dollar. You can see that in 2019, around 3,500 million US dollar was the monetary damage. In 2019, as per the report by the Jupiter, around 2 trillion US dollar, 2 trillion US dollar was the, I mean, it was like crime, cyber crime have been accounted for trillions of dollars, and in which it has been by the, I mean, $2 trillion dollar by the Jupiter research. Multiple bank hits is going on. Around 3.2 million debit card has been compromised. Hackers selling over 1 million decrypted Gmail and Yahoo password on the dark web. Whatever web we are using, that is like it's a normal web, and there is some dark web is there behind that, by which you can get the lot of information and lot of illegal activities is we can see in that dark web. Sensitive details of 10,000 credit debit cards holders are leaked. Website hacked. Credit card information of around 4 lakh customers has been leaked. This all news is coming nowadays. So we are going to see about the malware. First of all, we have to know that what is the malware we are going to see. Then uses of malware, types of malware, how to malware spreads, how can you protect computer, what is the symptoms, and what is the anti-malware program. Malware. What is malware? Malware is a short form of, you can say that malicious software. Malicious software. You can say malicious software can be in the short form. You can say malware. What is the use of this? It is actually to create. It is created to disrupt computer operations, gather sensitive information, or even for initially when the malware was created, it was just for fun. We will see these things later on also, but nowadays this malware we are getting to steal the personal information, to get the financial benefits. For this malware it has been created. Earlier days malware was created as an experimental purpose. Actually when MS-DOS was there, a lot of commands was there, we was putting in the notepad, and after making the batch file, it was just like for experimental or pranks type we was creating. It was just it was not actually creating the problem, it was just annoying the environment. But nowadays malware is used primarily to steal sensitive personal information, financial or business informations for the benefit of others. Malware actually maximum time it has been penetrate in the government or corporate websites to gather guarded information or to disrupt their operation in general. Types of malware: viruses, Trojan horses, worms, spyware, zombie, phishing, spam, adware, ransomware. These all are comes under malware. One by one, we are going to see each malware. What is virus? A program or piece of code that is loaded onto your computer without knowledge and runs against your wishes. Viruses can also replicate themselves. All computer viruses are man-made. Viruses copy themselves. See, this all things what we are saying, viruses means like it comes with some file, attached with some file. When you click on the which file, the file which is look like a very means like normal file, with very important file for you maybe, but in which maybe some viruses has been attached. We will see practically today also how we can attach the virus. So this virus is actually what, it's a man-made code, and it is attached with some files, and when you will click on the file, it will run, and when it starts running, it will start the replicating themselves. Stages of virus life is, first of all, we have to design the virus, and then after design, it will start when it will deploy in the system, it will start the replication of that one replication, and then after replication, it will start launching. It will, in the launch, it will start the, as per the coding what we have given, it will start the getting the informations. Maybe it's a personal information, maybe it's a it's maybe a for to get the financial benefits. And if it will be detect, then it will give to the antivirus software developers. They will edit that, find the loophole how this virus has been activated, and then it will try to eliminate the virus. But again, you can see that from 6 to again 1. Then what it means, again the virus makers like hacker, they will start to make some more coding, or start to making some more you can say that key, you can add more coding or more tough coding, or by which you can get they will find the more loophole, they will find the ports by which they can get the informations from the any person, for to get the personal information. Means like hacker is every time they are developing, and they are trying to spread the things, and getting the means try to get the information from the victim system. Types of viruses, we have already seen viruses, what is virus actually. And in this virus, we have a lot of type of viruses are there. There is one macro virus, boot virus, logic bomb virus, directory virus, resident virus. What is macro virus? I think everybody has seen about the word in Word and Excel. We can make a macro coding, it's there. We can make a coding in VB script, and in the VB script we can write a code, and that can be a virus which can be attached with the Word and Excel file. This type of virus comes under macro virus. What is boot virus? Boot virus is like it's infect the boot sector area. It's infect the master boot record of the hard disk or other bootable drive. What is logic bomb virus? Logic bomb virus is like logic to cause harm to computer. In this, only one trigger is required to specific conditions are met. When the specific conditions are met, then this logic bomb will activate. Like I will give you one example for this. Let's take an example. A computer programmer may insert code into a payroll program that delete files if her name is not found on the list. In other words, we can say that the files will be deleted if he or she is ever fired. So this type of virus we can make it in that comes under logical bomb virus. Directory virus, as the name indicates itself, directory virus is also known as cluster virus. This virus changes the path, indicates the location of the file. When you run a program, DOS first loads and execute the virus code. The virus then locates the actual program and execute it. Under this, the example of directory virus is dir2. Now, next one is resident virus. Resident virus means it stores itself in a memory, primary memory, and when it is in the primary memory, it will means like when the other files maybe it's infected or not infected. If it's loaded into the primary memory, this resident virus will infect in that the other files which is now loaded into the primary memory. This virus is very dangerous virus, and when it's in the RAM, your system will be like slow and whole file will be corrupt, because whenever you will access the file, it will come into the primary memory, and whenever it will come into the primary memory, this resident virus will infect that particular file. The example of this under this virus are CMG, Mr. Clunky, Rendex. These all virus comes under resident virus. Symptoms of virus attack: if you using the system and your process take more time and resources, it takes more resources, loading time increase or unable to load operating system, computer slow down, computer hang frequently, files and folders are not available, antivirus giving alert messages, computer system response is unpredictable. These all are the symptoms by which you can find out that there is some virus attack. There is a creeper virus. This is the first virus. This is the first virus. It was run under the in the network. This actually you can see that it was written in 1971 by Bob Thomas of Vivian Technology and spread through DEC PDP 10 computers on ARPANET. And it was on in the network. It was just giving the message, "I am the creeper. Catch me if you can." So this is the first virus. You can say that it was developed in 1971. But Elk Cloner, this virus was the first virus which was spread in each and every system at that time. Elk Cloner is one of the first known microcomputer virus that spread in the wild, that is outside the computer system or laboratory. Earlier one was inside the laboratory and in the LAN, in which it was written. It attached itself in the Apple II operating system and spread by the floppy disk. Now we know what is virus. Now we are going to see that what is Trojan. Trojan is what I think everybody has seen that, listened the story about the Trojan, right? Rome, in the Rome, it was the Trojan stories there. So a Trojan horse program, how they have attacked in the Trojan, the army was inside the horse and they come inside the city, and then they in the night they have started to killing the persons, and then they win the place. So in that same way, this Trojan horses is like it looks like that the application which you are going to use is very important, and it's a very useful important thing when it look like that. But inside that there will be some virus. You can say that there will be some malware by which it will start it will infect the system. When you are going to run the application, it look like means when you are going to click on that, it look like that it is very important for you. But after clicking on that, you will feel that no, you are catched by this malware. But a Trojan horse neither replicates nor copies itself like virus, but it can damage and compromise the security of the computer. Example of Trojan horses. Benefit of means by Trojan horse, what we can get actually, we can get, or you can say that we can control the other systems, other person system, victim system, and as per your requirement, you can get whatever information you want to get from the victim system. There is an example of Trojan horses. There is one is remote access Trojan, RAT. I'm unable to give the experiment. I'm not able to show you this experiment. But ProRat is the software by which we can access the other system. We can attack on other system, and if the victim will click on the application. After that, whole system will be comes under my control. Whatever I want to do from my system, even I want to shut down his system, I can shut down from my system, because all remotely I am able to remotely access the system by the help of this ProRat and Dark Comet. Backdoor Trojans are there, IRC Trojans are there, key logging Trojans are there, defacement Trojans. Defacement Trojans is what? Actually, like Kelsey is there, calculator is there in the window. What we can do in this calculator can be a defacement Trojan. Means we can make a same like calculator program, but it will be a defacement Trojan. Means it's a like it's a Trojan actually, and it will look like a calculator we are using, but it's not a calculator, it's a Trojan. So we can make the Trojans, as I told you that Trojan look like a important software, and it's look like a useful software. What is worm? A computer worm is a self-replicating computer program, and I will tell you that it means it must, you have to know understand about it. Worm is actually you can say that it's more dangerous than virus. It uses a network to send copies of itself to other nodes, and it may do so without any user intervention. You have to understand that without any user intervention, it can spread in the network. It does not need to attach itself to an existing program. Spyware. What is spyware? Spyware is like to collect the information about the user without their knowledge. Means to spy the person, what his activity is going on, his or her activity is going on in his system, and as per the information what it receives, it will give to the person who wants to know about him. And when the spyware is installed in your system, that will be a hidden. You cannot simply see that that virus is running inside that your system, and it will be very difficult to detect it. The spyware programs on your computer to steal important information like your password and logins and other personal identification information, and then send it off to someone else, means who wants to or who desire to get the information. It will send to that. What is zombie? Zombie programs take control of your computer. It is like a ProRat if you will take the control, but ProRat, in a ProRat, it's taking control remotely, and in the zombie it will take the control itself in the system itself, and its internet connection to attack other computer or other network to perform other criminal activities. From means like your system will be hacked, and from your system other system from your system it will send the malwares, or it will start the attacking to other systems, so that you will be as you can say that you will be victim, and other person will also understand that you are the actually culprit for this to send the viruses. Phishing. I think you have already seen phishing. What is phishing? In the mail itself, always phishing is mail is coming like you have win the lottery, or you just click here to change the password. Like that, lot of information is coming in the mail. This is the phishing malware. This type of information you have seen in your mail. Lot of times it's coming phishing mail. Spam. Actually, spam is not a malware. You can say that it's type of malware because it's irritating. Unnecessary or unuseful newsletters or sales IDs coming on your mail, and it's bombarding in your mail ID so that you feel irritated, and you are not able to even find your, maybe you will be skipped with your more important and vital information which is coming on your mail because of this spam malware. So whenever any spam mail is coming, you just click it and put it in the spam, then next time it will not come in your inbox. See, in this malware spam, you can see that a lot of malware is there. Your first one is Adelaide Fatima is there. This is the malware. like this type of lot of malware is coming, spam is coming. Whenever you find that this is a spam, you just select it and keep it in the spam folder. Then next time it will not come in your inbox. Adware, you have seen in a maximum, you have seen in the mobile, actually smartphone. Whenever we are using smartphone and if you are not using any security feature, and you are accessing the bad websites, or you are accessing some websites, or click on the messages in which some adware malware is attached, then after what it will do, whenever you will open your mobile, whenever you will open your system, then it will start to give your it will start to send the advertisement. So sometimes you will be not able to work on it in your mobile, even on your system, due to this adware. Lot of adware will be there. So this is also a malware. I think everybody has seen this type of always advertisement is coming. If you are not using any antivirus or any for to stop the adware, then you will get this type of information by maybe you have clicked somewhere, or maybe you have accessed some bad websites, clicked on or access or click on the bad websites, so that you will be able to get this type of problems. Now next one is ransomware, which is going nowadays very popular. It is now popular very much. Ransomware is what? It's actually, this is a malware which is used for the financial benefits. Like everybody has listened about the WannaCry in 2017, I think it came. What it was doing, there was some patch problem in a window. It was found by the WannaCry, and by which it encrypt all the files and folders of the user, and to decrypt the file and folder, it was asking for the some monetary benefits, or some by the help of cryptocurrency. So this ransomware is nowadays, it's increasing too much. Even in the pandemic situation, or before just pandemic situation, or even after the, like in the month of December also, some ransomware attacks has been done, which we are going to see here. In December 2020, last month, there was a attack in the Habana Labs by that ransomware attack was pay-to-key ransomware was there, and it was stolen the data that the attackers then leaked online. All sensitive data, it was leaked online, and it is available in the dark web, and anybody can go and see that information right now also. Next is a very important attack was there on Randstad NV in December 2020. I think everybody knows that Monster.com. Randstad, the world's largest global staffing agency and owner of Monster.com, was one of the most recent ransomware attack target. And in this organization, that ransomware was Egregore ransomware. The attack was Egregore ransomware. And in this, main thing is that in this ransomware, there was no asking for any financial benefit or any money. They just took the data and they have leaked the information on the websites in the dark web. You can see it here, although it seems that the attackers have not demanded a ransom amount, the company acknowledged that the hackers have published sensitive information. See, this is the information they have given by the Randstad. Now we can see that WannaCry, just now we have listen about it. WannaCry was the very famous ransomware attack, was worldwide cyber attack in May 2017, which targeted computers running the Microsoft Windows operating system by encrypting data and demanding ransom payments in a Bitcoin cryptocurrency. How malware is spreading? Malware is a program that must be triggered or somehow executed before it can infect your computer system or spread to others. See, until you are not clicking on it, or you are not accessing any device you're not attaching to your system, it cannot be spread. But if you're accessing or you are clicking on some unwanted or unknown software or application, or maybe a drive or device which you are attaching with the computer, it will not spread. But if you will click on in this or you will access any device, surely if the malware is there, it can spread. Even if the virus is in the pen drive, no need to do anything, just plug in your system. If you will plug in your system, automatically virus will move to your system. Different ways a malware can get into a system: via instant messenger, internet relay chat, removable device, attachment, legitimate shrink wrapped software package by hacker, browser and email software bugs, file sharing, fake programs, untrusted sites, and freeware software. Maybe you are downloading some files, games, and screensavers from the internet site. Maybe in that it is attached. Like whenever you are using anything, you are connecting with the internet. Be careful when you are going to download anything. Be careful when you are going to use any device, or you are going to attach with your device, or maybe you are using browser. Don't click unwanted places, don't access unwanted sites, or maybe use the legitimate, means you have to use always the means licensed software, or and from the known vendors. These are the common techniques attackers use to distribute malware: by black search engine optimization, search engine clickjacking, malvertising, spear phishing sites, compromise legitimate websites, drive-by downloads. These all are the techniques by which means like hackers distribute the malwares on the web. Damages by malware: your data will be lost. Maybe a very important data is there in your system. That data can be deleted by these malwares. Your account, means like your user ID, password of your system can be spread, can be given to the beneficial who wants to access your system. And account theft, how we can get? By the help of keylogger. Botnets are there. Financial losses is there. By malware we can get a financial loss. How can you protect your computer? Install protection software, means like any antivirus or any licensed softwares, antivirus, or you can say that malware protecting softwares you have to install. Practice caution when working with files from the unknown or questionable sources. Do not open email if you do not recognize the sender. Download files only from reputable internet sites. These things which we have to keep always in our mind. And you have to install a firewall if you are working in LAN, and even if you are working in a laptop or system, in that also you have to enable your firewall. Scan your hard drive for viruses at least monthly. See, if you don't have any antivirus right now, you can do one thing. There is a malicious software removal tool by Microsoft. You can use it. See, if I will use this MRT function on run command, you can see that this is the Microsoft Windows malicious software removal tool. You can just run it. Next, it can quick scan, full scan, you can do that, and it will try to remove the viruses, malwares from your system. So this is the one thing which is embedded with the Windows operating system. You can run it, you can use it. It was visible, no? Vinay, is it visible, which I have explained?
Sir, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. So this is the one function which is embedded with the Microsoft, and you can, by the help of this one, you can find the malicious files, and it will remove that one. Symptoms of malware: it will increase the CPU uses. Your CPU will be uses of the CPU will be increased. Your computer will be slow. Problem connecting to network. Freezing or crashing maybe occur. Maybe your system will hang like that. Modified or deleted files. Your file may be deleted. Appearance or some strange appearance will be there. Files maybe look some different way, or maybe your desktop icons will look like different way. Program running, turning off and reconfiguring themselves. This all things comes, it's all comes under the symptoms of malware. Out of the means, as well as strange computer behavior, email messages being sent automatically and without user knowledge. These all are the symptoms of malware. There seems to be a lot of network activity when you are not using the network. Maybe you are using mobile, and after that means if you will open that you will start that access the internet, then you will see that your data you are not able to access because data has been means your data has been finished, means no, you cannot access. But you know that you haven't accessed the internet. This all things, if you feel fine and your mobile is being heat continuously, means very frequently, your applications is not running in the system as well as in the mobile, this all the system, and your battery is going dry very fast, this all the symptoms that there is a malware in your device, and for that you have to use the some protection software. These anti-malware programs, like a lot of anti-malware programs are there to prevent that this from the malware. This Norton antivirus there, AVG there, Kaspersky, Avast, PC Clean, McAfee, Avira, Quickhill. These all comes under this to protect the malwares, so to protect from the malwares. These all are the antivirus program. So you may use anyone, but it is requested that you, whenever you are buying, you have to buy from the licensed means like reputed means vendors, which is well-known vendors, and buy the licensed antivirus always. Anti-spyware programs is also there. The Spyware Doctor, AVG Anti-Spyware, Stopzilla. These all are the to stop the spyware malwares. You have to use the firewall always to stop, to get the to your system will infected by the malware. If you will use the firewall while using the internet, then it will be a less chance to come the malware in your system. But for that you have to keep always, your system has to be up to date. No, if any update is coming, you have to update continuously. You have to use the antivirus always, and you have to keep the firewall always on. These things you have to keep in your mind and keep in your system, then it will, your system may be in safe mode. Cyber attacks in Q1 2020 in India, you can see that India has seen a 37% increase in cyber attacks in the first quarter of 2020 as compared to the fourth quarter of the last year. A new reported revealed on the Saturday. This Saturday, on that Saturday, it was revealed. The data also shows that India now ranks 27th globally in the number and web threats detected by the company in Q1 2020 as compared to when it ranked on the 32nd position globally in the Q4 2019. Recently, COVID-19 cyber attacks is there. Malware attack was there. With the applications, some malware was attached, and persons was accessing the websites to get the information about the COVID-19 spreading information. I think everybody has accessed a lot of virus map, coronavirus map. So that was infected. That is actually in that malware was attached. Email-based attack was there during the COVID-19. WHO, from the using WHO mail, it was spreading. Message based attack was there because of the COVID-19 outbreak. We are giving out free iPhone 11 smartphones to help you spend time at home, like that. Some information was coming. This is also message based attack was there. Fake mobile applications was there. See, there is some cyber attacks which we can say that we can see here. You can see here that stolen from Bangladesh bank in February 2016 around 951 million US dollar. Debit card compromise SBI, SDFC. You can see that this one also in 2016. Stolen from Cosmos Bank, hacked August 2018, around $13.5 million loss was there. Stolen from Union Bank in July 2016, around 171 million dollar was the loss of the Union Bank. Global ransomware damage cost predicted 2018 around 5 billion. And more important thing is that you can see here in the rupees 500, hackers selling Aadhaar details in the dark web. This thing I'm not going to discuss right now. I'm going to show you some practical things because that is more important to you and to understand the things, how virus is creating, or how we are means the hackers is creating the virus, and then how they are spreading the things, informations in your in other systems. See, in a system, actually, there is a we know that ports. There is a two type of ports is there: physical port and logical port. Physical port is like USB ports, serial ports are there. Logical ports, under logical ports in operating system, there is a different logical ports are there. Total from 0 to, you can say that 65,535 ports are there. Total 65,535 ports are there from 0 to 65,535, out of which from 0 to 1024 is the well-known ports, under which you have seen that for the FTP we are using 20 port, for HTTP we are using 80 number port, for HTTPS we are using 443 number port. So this up to 1024 comes under the well-known port. After that, 1024 means I'm talking about from 1025 to 65,535 comes under the client or dynamic port. You can say that infernal port you are saying actually. So these ports may be used for TCP and UDP data transmission. By these ports only that malware, hackers is trying to hack or inject in your system. See, first of all, like, let me show you. It will take to explain all the things. It maximum. See, this is the pen drive I have attached here. You may see here this in the pen drive, my data is there. And in a D drive, what I have done, there is a test folder. This is empty, right? Now, I have made the coding here. This is the batch file I have created here. When I will click on it, you may see here in the now test folder, all the data from the pen drive has been come without knowing by other person that data is copying from pen drive to in my system. In the same way, I can get the information from my system to my to the pen drive. I can make the coding, and then whenever my pen drive will attach with your system, your whole data from where maximum, like my document is there, my folder is there, video is there, my pictures is there folder. From that I can access the information. Or maybe on a desktop you are keeping one important folder, and being as a colleague I'm able to see that that folder is there. What I will do, I will give you my pen drive to see the some good pictures, like, oh yes, we have done some party, and you just go and check it, this party's photo. Whenever you will click on the picture, in behind the picture there will be a malware, and whenever you will open, when you are going to click on the picture, the data from your particular folder which I have seen will be copied in my pen drive automatically, without knowing or without showing the copying process. See how they are making is this one. This one is I think everybody knows about the steganography, right? So I will show you very simple steganographic process. See, this is the map file, JPG file is there. This JPG file is there, and this is the disturb.batch file is there. I have created here. How I can attach this one? If I want to see this, the content of the disturb batch file, you can see here. Click on edit. This one file I have created. This is just for disturbing. If you will click on it, it will continually disturbing. That means it will start the window, then MS Paint, Notepad, write command, prompt, Explorer, controller, Kelsey. This one will automatically open the things, and again go to X. Again it will come to this place. Again it will start. Means like it will be a continuous process. It will just disturb the things. So that means. So what I want to show you here, I want to show you the steganographic concept. My file is in the shared folder. Now I think you can see here there is a map.jpg file is there, right? Or one is disturb.batch file is there, right? If I will see this file, this is just simple image file, and this is the another one file. It is there, right? What I will do, what is the file name? Map.jpg. And another one is disturb.batch. I have saved one document in the new file. JPG. See, this file has been copied, and here you can see that first was the image file map.jpg plus the text file which I have created jks.txt, and now new file has been created g.jpg. Now you are able to see that here g.jpg is there. If I will click on it, you are able to see the picture, right? But behind this, there is a malware has been attached. How you can see that content of this one? You just click on it and you have to click here, open with Notepad. You can see that this is the picture. But at last you can see that the content which was in the jks.txt file is in this file. So we can hide the text by the help of, this is the example of steganography. We can hide the text, or as well as we can create a malware, we can create a virus, and that virus you can attach with the this image file, and whenever the user will click on this picture, automatically malware can run. Even what you can do, if you have created this batch file, now everybody knows that if I will give this batch file, nobody will click on it, right? Then how we can do, what we can do it, we can do it here. One thing, this is batch to exe converter is there. What we will do, we will convert this batch file into the exe file, and even we can change the icon. See, this is one, and let me check it here. Icon images. See, the disturb batch file now has been created in avast.exe. Now, if you people will see that this is the antivirus, like that. If you are not downloading from the original website, or if you're not if you're accessing the illegal websites, maybe you will get this type of free antivirus, and you will try to get it this one. But actually behind this there is a malware. If I will click on this avast.exe, then automatically that batch file will run, and it will start the hacking your system, or it will start to giving the informations to the sending to the hacker. So this type of things which we can create by the by this batch file, or means this by which hackers is creating the virus. There is a lot of tools are there by which you can create a virus, or you have to have good knowledge about the coding, so you can make a coding also to create a virus. But how you can save your system? Only thing is that update your system. Second, use the licensed antivirus, licensed operating system, and don't access the illegal websites. This thing, and network is should be secured. Means firewall should be there. By these things, you can secure your system. There is a lot of things we have to understand when we are going to secure our system, but this is the major things which we have to keep in our mind always. So they are asking to conclude the things, so I'm concluding. If there is any question, please ask me.